This is, of course, Whirlwind, Ladder Edition, spawning in the bottom right-hand position as the orange Zerg from T.B.L.S song. It is, of course, EJ Dong.
His opponent spawning on the top right position as the blue Terran. His name is Light. His Korean name, of course, EJ Ho.
EJ Ho, indeed. Okay, so right now it is a 2-1 situation with T.B.L.S song in the lead. Light needs to take this game over J-Dong in order to even it out. Neither player's talking to each other so far. It looks like they're both pretty serious right now.
One thing that I've noticed while being in Shindorin for 2 days during these off days is that when it comes to J-Dong and the fan cheering, you need some earmuffs. It's so loud there. It's like you listen to the audio from the stream, you know, we have the earpieces and then we hear the fans screaming through the earpiece. It's nothing compared to what the fans scream at the venue.
Oh, well, so essentially it's like going to a boy band concert, except the boy band is just J-Dong and the screaming teenagers are still screaming teenagers.
It's only like 5 or 10 people, but it's loud enough.
Alright, so it looks like they are not in cross positions. They're top-bottom on the right-hand side. Still, Whirlwind a humongous map, so that's not going to really affect things too much.
15 hatch by J-Dong, and seems like Light also wants to play greedy, sending the SCV at the natural without any barracks going up. This means that he's going to go for the command center first.
Indeed, he is definitely a build that Flash loves. Light not afraid to use it as well. So, I mean, because the map is Whirlwind, players tend to want to go for a more economic game, simply due to how big the map is. And look at this. J-Dong, he sees what's going on here, and I think he may go for a 3-hatch before pool. It's very possible. He does have a drone moving over to that third base, and I think that's what he has planned in mind. The hatchery, is it going to go down? Yes, it will.
Now, Light seems like he's going to follow up with the barracks, and with the gas going down, he might even bank up some gas to go for the Reapers. And J-Dong, he's getting a gas first for himself. Now, in Wings of Liberty, players can go for the spawning pool and they'll be completely fine. But with the new addition of Reapers, with the regeneration and being able to, being made out of barracks without tech lab,
and being faster in general.
Yes, the Zerg players are forced to go for the speed early in the game.
But since J-Dong, he was able to scout that command center first, of course, he doesn't have to worry about that, and that's why he went for such a greedy and economic build, which is certainly going to help him get saturated so fast on these 3 bases here, and could even lead him into doing a very, very strong Zergling Baneling timing push against Light if he opts to go for the Widowmine playstyle.
Now, Light is going to scout in the left bottom position, and now finally going to go for the right bottom position as soon as he notices that there is no Zerg hatchery in this position.
So it looks like Light has figured out where his opponent is. He's going to head over there. He probably won't scout that third base just quite yet, but I'm sure that unless the Zerglings are out in time and really deny a lot of scouting at the main base, he may actually have no idea that the third base went up so fast.
Yeah, so J-Dong just getting a speed out just to make sure that he doesn't die to, some Reapers that he is not expecting, even with the early expansion. And he's just controlling the gas completely right now. He's not even mining anymore.
Yeah, no reason to. Alright, so J-Dong trying to do some good micro here to prevent that SCV from coming inside the main base. He really does not want him to see anything there. Now, the cool thing about doing that is he doesn't see the gas. At the same time, it kind of makes Light wonder, what are you up to here? This is a little bit confusing, and that may actually kind of tip Light to potentially wanting to waste the scan a bit later on in the game.
Well, it does force him to make a bunker right now because he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't know what J-Dong has. He might be going for some kind of all-in push right now, or he might be playing greedy, but you don't want to risk it too much. So that's why Light is going for 3 command centers so that you can go and transition into the mid game and the late game fairly easily, while also defending against some of the Zerglings that are out on the map with the bunker.
Hellions on the way from Light. Looks like he's going to scout around the map with them a little bit, maybe try to see if the third base is up for J-Dong now using that SCV. It's really up to the scouting Zerglings on the map to try to grab that in time, but at this point J-Dong has gotten away for the fast 3 hatchery build, and it's not going to really matter that Light sees the space.
One thing that I really want to comment about Jaedong on this map is the Overlord position. Look at the minimap. He has Overlord on almost every single corner in this map near his main base, which means that those Hellions, they're going to get scouted eventually before Jaedong is caught off guard.
And Jaedong, though, is building a lot of Zerglings right now. He actually does not have a lot to deal with this. Uh-oh, a few drones getting roasted there. One goes down. Zerglings do have a nice surround on these Hellions here. One taken out. Jaedong being pretty darn cost efficient with these units here, but he does need to connect his third and natural base together with that creep.
Well, it's too early in the game for the creeps to connect right away, so just give him a little more time, and he'll be able to connect it no problem. Now, Light, he's getting the stem, he's getting +1/+1, getting 2 more barracks, so now he's going to transition into the regular bio play that the Terran players are so used to doing.
Yeah, definitely going to go for that bio, maybe get some Widow Mines a little bit later on as well. That seems to be the standard nowadays. Jaedong also, he has that Zergling there at the third base, so he'll know exactly when Light decides that he wants to take third base.
Now, the biggest question is, Jaedong now sees a mine. Does he have any detection at the third base? He doesn't, and here comes the Zerglings, takes out 1 mine. Not going to take out the second one, but here the Hellions at the third base, and does not kill that many drones.
Jaedong actually in a fantastic position. He has defended quite well against this harassment so far. And the Widow Mine, it's going to take out 1 Zergling, but yeah, that doesn't really mean too much. And as soon as an Overseer is completed, Jaedong will be able to... he's actually just going to use a Spore Crawler.
Yeah, screw the Overseer. You got the moving Spore Crawler on the creep, and Light notices what's happening. He's going to try to run away. Burrow! In time.
And creeping up again with the Spore Crawler there, just trying to be annoying. It looks like Light is getting a little bit concerned about a huge potential Baneling bust here, especially since that early attack from him pretty much didn't do anything to harm Jaedong's economy at all. And now we have some macro hatches going down, a Baneling nest as well. Jaedong is in a fantastic position, I have to say.
Now, Light, it seems like he's doing the exact same thing that Flash was doing earlier today. Going for the Hellions, getting some Widow Mines out, trying to harass a little bit while transitioning into the regular bio play, while getting the third base at the same time. But look at this. This is the same thing that we saw in Game 1. Jaedong is going to go for the huge bust.
17 Banelings on the way here. I think he plans on just simply obliterating that command center before anything can even be done to defend it. If Jaedong is able to take that out, he's going to be in an amazing position. He already has 75 drones on the map, so pretty much completely saturated all of his bases there, grabbing his 4th as well.
This is really smart. This is really smart by Jaedong, because even if the attack doesn't work, he has a lot of economy, and trapping the Marines outside of the third base, and also the Marines cannot even run away, lifting at the last second. Really nice play by Light, but half of those Marines get obliterated, but that also means that at the third, tons of SCVs have been taken out. I don't know how many SCVs have been taken out exactly, but there was a lot of explosion.
There was a lot of explosions indeed. Luckily for Light, not too many SCVs at that expansion. And this attack killed a lot of units off here, and I think that third base is going to be forced liftoff. More Zergling reinforcements from Jaedong here. He is just streaming it in units. The Spire on the way as well. And Light, he needs to lift that up. He almost lost that command center, and with more units reinforcing in here, Light, where are the Widow Mines? He doesn't have anything to really defend against this mass amount of Zerglings, and with 22 more on the way, it's just going to be a downward spiral for our Terran player.
And look at this SCV trying to connect to the command center. It's actually burning right now, so he needs to repair it. But that also means that the Zerglings can go to the SCVs no problem. Now, the biggest thing is, even if Jaedong's attack fails, he was able to transition into Mutas no problem. He didn't get harassed by any of the Widow Mines or the boosters, and now he has 10 Mutas out on the way.
Look at that creep stood from Jaedong as well. Starting to have the creep hit the halfway mark on the map in between both bases, so Light, it looks like he's barely going to be able to save that third command center there, repairing it up. But now, with the Mutalisks on the way, I'm not sure if Light does he even have turrets to defend against these Mutas. It's going to be tough for him to deal with them.
All Jaedong needs to do is make sure that the Medivacs do not run around the map freely. Using the Mutas to deny the Medivac drops, that's all he needs. Look at this perfect position by Jaedong, spotting on the creep, and the Medivac gets taken out. He has so many bases right now, 4 bases on the bottom, which means that he needs the mobility to take out the Medivacs, and Mutas are the perfect choice.
Oh, Light going in for an attack here, but it's a complete mistake. The Zerglings surround all of the Marines. The Mutalisks are chasing the Medivacs that are trying to desperately boost away, but Thankfully for the Zerg player, the boost does not last forever, and Jaedong just completely annihilating Light's army. He has no answer for these mutas. They're going to be able to take out the siege tanks as well. And I think this is pretty much the beginning of the end for our Terran player.
Yes, all Jaedong needs to do is make more Zerglings, make more mutas, while also slowly taking into different units, and all he has to do is scream in the units. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't suicide all the links one by one.
He's certainly not doing that. Focus firing down a Widow Mine as he tries to burrow, preventing that from doing any damage to the mutas. And also this third base, it's going to be toast. The Zerglings are going to be able to do damage, and there it is. GG! That looked like a very serious Pro League match right there. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but Jaedong felt like he had a little bit of that killer instinct in him.
Yeah, it seems like we saw a lot of the Brood War instincts from Jaedong. You know, we knew Jaedong as a really fierce player, really aggressive, being able to multitask really well, and just put his opponent on the toes throughout the whole game, and that's what happened.
Yeah, he just it didn't even seem like he had a chance that game. As soon as Jaedong had that 3 hatchery economy up, Bisu is smiling at Jaedong because he knows, you're doing pretty good, man.
So now this is going to be a winner's